Try this 1.2 crore rupees experiment and I promise you will start attracting clients who are willing to pay you higher than what you're charging today.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, my name is Karan Dharamsi and I am assuming the reason you're watching this video is because you are a service provider and you're trying to attract clients who pay you way more than what you currently charge. So first, let's think about it. Why exactly aren't you charging enough? Why aren't you charging high? Well, one and the most common reason for that is the fear. The fear of, hey, how can I charge high? Because you have all these internal objections running in your mind. Why would anybody pay me more? Or, I do not have the portfolio. I do not have the experience. But if you think of it, those are just excuses. Somewhere they reflect a lack of self-worth. And the only way to get around it is to change your internal game. Think about it. If your internal game gets better, if you improve your self-worth, if you feel like, hey, you deserve way more and you do not have that fear, you would automatically start attracting clients at a higher price point. You would have that confidence to tell your client that, hey, I charge 4x what I'm charging now, right? And you wouldn't even blink or flinch when you say the higher amount. So it's the game of confidence. And how do you raise your confidence while quoting that higher fee? Well, the answer is try this rupees 1.2 crore experiment. So here's what you do. Go to Google and search for the Mercedes-Benz showroom near your place and give them a call. I'm sure you're wondering why exactly am I supposed to be calling a Mercedes-Benz showroom to attract high-paying clients. Now that's the experiment. So you call the showroom, you call the Mercedes showroom and you tell them that, hey, I'm looking at buying the S-Class, the new Mercedes S-Class. I'm considering buying it and I want a test drive. That's it. That's the experiment. You see, the new Mercedes S-Class would cost anywhere over 1 crore rupees to all the way up to, I think, 2.25 crores with all the add-ons and, the gizmos. So what you're trying to learn here is two things. One, exposing yourself to bigger things. So when I started my career, I would fear going into a car showroom. I would be like, hey, I don't deserve an expensive car. I can't just walk in there. I don't belong there, right? So that was my self-worth. And that was one of the reasons I couldn't ask clients to pay me more, because my self-worth, how I looked at myself was... And when you think of yourself as that small person, you can't really ask that big amount, right? There's no confidence. So one, you want to break through that barrier and improve your self-worth. So hey, you say that, hey, I want to buy that car. And that's where your confidence is going to increase, because you're exposing yourself to bigger things. And the most important thing you want to learn in this experiment is how Mercedes would channelize the sales process. So, it's a big ticket sale for Mercedes, right? They're selling a product over 1.5 crore rupees. So they would have a choreographed sales process. Mercedes would be spending a lot of money, millions of dollars in training their sales team and channelizing a choreographed sales process. They would be bringing in experts from around the world to teach their sales team on the process of selling this high ticket product. So when you call them and you tell them that you want to buy the product, you directly get to learn the actual process. What exactly is the salesperson doing? How are they pitching the product? The entire sales process from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, right? How they communicate with you, the follow-up process. You get to learn all of it. So now when you call them, you want to take notes, you want to take religious notes, you want to understand how they speak over the phone, the courtesy level, the confidence level, on how they structure every step of the sales process. And you want to take notes religiously. And in fact, I know that some of you may be hesitant to actually go take a test drive for the Mercedes S-Class. So do not be hesitant. This is where you break through those barriers. Go to the Mercedes showroom, actually take a test drive. It'll take your mind, your belief system to the next level. It'll increase your self-worth, and you will also get to see that, hey, it's just people at the other end who've been trained to raise their bar and ask for a bigger chunk of price confidently. So go take the test drive and learn the sales process. You do two things here. You improve your self-worth, you expose yourself to bigger things in life, and you tell yourself that hey, you are capable of the big things in life, plus you will also learn the sales process that Mercedes would have paid lakhs of rupees to train their team on. And this is real world learning. And don't just stop there, try that with different products. Go to a BMW showroom and ask for a test drive for the 7 Series or their most expensive product. Go to an under construction building and one of the most expensive projects in your city, and tell them that you want to buy a house, and then get a tour of their house and understand how they choreograph their sales process from step 1 to step 2, to how the salesperson is speaking to you and following up with you. The whole thing, what they wear, how they approach you, how they shake hands with you, it's all choreographed. If it's a company that spent well on their sales training, it's all choreographed, every single move, every single step. So that's what you need to learn if you as a service provider wants to close more high ticket clients. It's a game of confidence and self-worth, right? You raise your self-worth and you will have more confidence to quote that bigger amount to your clients without flinching a bit. So back in the day when I was really scared of quoting a higher price or a higher amount, I tried the 1.2 crore rupees experiment, which is when I went to the Mercedes showroom and asked them to, hey, I want to buy the S-Class. And trust me, I didn't have a single car back then. I had a bike, I had a Phaser, which was I think 70-80 grand back then. So it was a big deal. And when I went and took the test drive, I broke a lot of personal barriers, and eventually I started gaining confidence to quote that higher price. But the whole point is to go and learn the sales process, see what other people are doing, how are they choreographing their sales process, and learning from them. They've paid and spent lakhs and lakhs of rupees in training their sales staff, and now you get to learn from them for free. And trust me, there is no better education than practical education. You may watch a lot of videos on sales, but unless you get on the ground and actually interact with people, it's a completely different learning, right? I hope this video helps you, and most importantly, you take the plunge and do the experiment to raise the bar and up your game and confidence when it comes to asking for a higher price for your services. Well, this is me, Karan Dharamsi, signing off for today. All the best.